Welcome to Vintage Variety. Today I'm visiting an estate sale with a friend of mine, and we hear that they have a lot of jewelry. We will have to have a look and see. I am going to record a little on the inside of the estate sale, but just keep in mind that the lady that passed away, she passed away a few months ago, and there are still family members that live inside the house. The majority of the items are going to be located outside in the garage and a storage area, but the jewelry, we're told, is located inside of the house. So we are inside, and you can see they have a lot of jewelry. This is a countertop area in the kitchen of the house, and everything's bagged up and spread out. The countertop is covered in jewelry. Then they have a couple of drawers in the kitchen that also have small bags of jewelry in them. So I'm going to look through all of this and see if I can find something that I would like to purchase. I see a few things that would be okay to purchase just for the beads, such as this bracelet. There are a couple of bracelets that have really pretty glass beads on them, and they're stretch bracelets. But for the price, these would be well worth purchasing just for crafting or for redoing the bracelets. Some of these items aren't too great, but I'm going to continue to look around, and at the end of the content, I'll show you guys all of the items that I ended up purchasing. I am back home, and I found quite a few items. This was one of those sales to where there was a little bit of everything. Mainly what they had was a lot of costume, and some of the pieces were pretty much just worn out. When we first got there, it wasn't too crowded, but within a few minutes, there were a lot of people crowded around this area where they had the jewelry, picking up pieces, looking through them. And it was kind of hard for me to keep up with what I had and had not looked at because things were getting moved around so quickly. Another thing that I wasn't too happy about with this sale is that the kitchen area where they had all these jewelry items was very, very dim. They had like one really dim light in there. There wasn't any sunlight coming in through the windows. So some of these pieces, I kept having to look really closely at them. It was really hard to see if there was any damage or anything like that. There is one item that I really regretted purchasing once I got a better look at it outside in the sunlight. But that happens sometimes at estate sales. If you don't really look closely at the item, you may end up purchasing something that you don't really want. So let's have a really good look at all of the items that I found today. This first item I'm very pleased with. This is a beautiful necklace. This is made out of glass, milk glass, and quartz. Now, I'm not that great at identifying stones, but I have been studying up on them. I bought a book, and I've been trying to teach myself how to be better at identifying them. So quartz comes in a lot of different colors, as you guys probably already know, and this is a really pretty milky quartz. This is a very long necklace. It doesn't have a clasp on it. It could be worn really long, or it could be easily doubled up to make it look like 2 layers. And I think this would be a great piece to layer with other necklaces, especially some clear glass beads, some more quartz beads, or maybe even some beautiful milk glass beads. And I'm going to show you guys what this necklace looks like on the necklace stand because I think it's absolutely lovely. Here's a look at this necklace on the stand, and as I mentioned, this is a very long necklace, and you can see that I've doubled it up a couple of times on the stand just so you guys can have a really good look at it. But I think this is absolutely beautiful. For me, it's a big plus that it was quartz, but also I love the faceted glass beads. And as I've said many times, I love anything that's milk glass. This next necklace I thought was a fabulous find. It still has its original tag on it. This is a poppet necklace. And this necklace is by Richelieu. Now, I remember my mama telling me that she owned a few of these and that she absolutely loved them because the beads on them can be popped apart. You can shorten or lengthen the necklace. You can even take it apart and wear a necklace and a bracelet by popping the beads back together. And if you own several of these in different colors, you can mix and match the beads by taking it apart and popping different color combinations of the beads together. So I thought this was a great find for anyone that collects jewelry, mainly because it still has its original tags on it. So I'm guessing she never wore this. You can see on the back, it shows you how to pop the pieces apart. One thing about these necklaces that my mama did mention is after you pop them apart so many times, they did get kind of worn and it would get to where the beads wouldn't stay together. But regardless, I thought this was a really neat find. And again, it's a great collector's piece just to have in your collection, especially considering that it still has the original tags and this ribbon that says Richelieu on it. This is another necklace that I really liked, and this is a choker. This necklace is probably only about 8 inches, so it would fit really tightly around the neck. It has a hidden barrel closure. I'm going to open that up and let you guys see. One of the reasons I picked this necklace up is I noticed that it has quite a bit of weight to it, and it kind of has that feel of Bakelite. So this is one that I am going to test, and who knows, it may or may not be. Regardless, I thought it was a really nice find. This is a set, and once I got up to pay for this, I almost put this one back because I noticed it's missing a stone, and I mentioned that, and of course she was nice enough to knock a few dollars off. I'm hoping that I will be able to replace this stone. Now, this necklace isn't marked anywhere. I'll show you the back. I did like that it had the earrings to go with it, but they aren't marked either, and these are pierced earrings. But it does have a dangle on it, and it kind of looks like Lucky Brand, but I'm not so sure. This does look like the Lucky Brand mark, but it could be something else. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. This is a beautiful, beautiful necklace, and I am going to hopefully find a perfect size rhinestone to put in there to replace the one that's missing, and it will be as good as new. This was another really pretty find. This is a glass necklace, and I love the beads on this. It has kind of these long tubular beads, a combination of oddly shaped beads. I love all of the colors, the aqua, the blue, and the really pale lavender. It also has gold tone spacer beads, and I'm guessing that those beads may very well be gold filled because this one has an older lobster clasp on it. The clasp is marked gold filled. Try to zoom in so you guys can get a really good look at that. So I thought this one was a really good find. I love necklaces like this, and I think this would also make a really great layering piece. Here is a quick look at this one on the necklace stand, and I have all sorts of ideas as to how I would wear this and layer it. I think this would look really good with some gold chains. It would also look good with some aqua or blue colored beads, or maybe even some really pale lavender beads. Another necklace that I picked up today that I thought was a really good find is this one. And I'm not an expert when it comes to this type of jewelry. These look like Venetian art glass beads. You can see right here, it looks like at one point this necklace came apart and someone tried to put it back together. I do think that this is a much older necklace, but again, this type of jewelry I haven't put a lot of study or time into collecting. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think about these beads. Do you think that they are Venetian beads? Do you think that there's some other type of vintage beads that maybe came from somewhere like Japan or India or somewhere like that? Regardless, I think this necklace is absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to show it to you on the necklace stand. It is a very long necklace. You can see here where I've doubled it up. And I just really like this. The possibilities when it comes to layering this necklace are endless because there are so many different beautiful colors in it. So this would layer well with simple gold chains. It would also layer well with just about any color of beads. So I thought this was one of my top finds of the day. This is what I consider to have been my best find of the day. It's in really good condition. I'm going to show you the clasp. This has a spring ring clasp on it and the dangle, and many of you may recognize this mark. This is a Christian Dior necklace, and this is a first for me. I've never found a Christian Dior out thrifting or at an estate sale, and you can see no missing stones, excellent condition. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the necklace stand. So it is a very simple dainty necklace, but I feel like this is stunning. It would look great worn by itself as it is or layered with other pieces. This pendant was in a baggie by itself, so it didn't come with a chain, but I thought it was beautiful. I believe that this is an agate. You guys, if I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments, but as I mentioned, I'm not that great with identifying stones, but that is something that I have really been working on lately. Regardless, it's a really nice size, and I love the colors in it. I do love the look of real stones, and I'm going to show you the back side of it. Isn't that pretty? So definitely let me know what you think of this one in the comments. I did pick up a few of those bracelets, and there were a couple of more that I kind of regret not getting. This one, you can see that there is some coating that's coming off of the larger beads, but the smaller faceted beads are all in really good condition, and these are glass beads. So my thoughts on this is a great piece for crafting. I could always make this into a new bracelet or repurpose it into a necklace or something like that. This is a stretch bracelet, and I only paid $1 for this, so I felt like that was a pretty good deal, because if I were to go buy some of these beads brand new, I would be paying a lot more than that. So often when I go to thrift stores or estate sales and I run across pieces like this with great beads, I pick them up. This is another stretch bracelet that I picked up, and I believe that the chips in this are carnelian. May have some amber. I don't think so. I think all of these are carnelian chips. Now, just like the other bracelet, these larger beads, I believe, are glass, and they've either faded over time or some of the coatings coming off of them. But I still thought that just for $1 that this was a really good buy. This is something that I can always repurpose into something else. I also went ahead and picked up this pink looking bracelet, and you guys saw this when I showed you inside of the estate sale. I don't know what it is about this. I really like it. The big pink beads on it kind of have that moon glow look. Of course, they aren't moon glow. They're just simple plastic beads, but regardless, I thought this was really neat. And I kind of had an idea that I could redo this and maybe combine it with some of those beads from that purple bracelet. The stretch is gone in this, but otherwise the beads and the spacers are all in really good condition. So I thought for $1, all of these were a really good buy. I also found a few pairs of earrings. These are Monet earrings, and they're still on their original card. These originally cost over $14. They're in excellent condition. It looks as though these were never worn. So I love Monet jewelry, as you guys probably already know, and I decided why not. So I went ahead and picked those up. And then I found another pair of Monet earrings, and these look as though the owner wore them quite often. They do have the Monet marking on the back of them. It's around the post. These are very dirty, so these are going to need a really good cleaning, but otherwise they are also in excellent condition, and I love the black and gold on them. Yet another pair of earrings that I picked up, and I thought these were gorgeous. These look very southwestern. I don't see a marking on them anywhere, and I'm going to test them, but I don't really think they're sterling. The stones in the center are real stones, and I believe this is obsidian. But just looking at the back, I'm kind of skeptical. I don't think these would be sterling, but I will test them to make sure. Regardless, I thought these were really nice earrings. When I saw these, I got really excited. First of all, I think they're absolutely beautiful. But also, these look just like a pair of Robert Lee Morris that I've seen. And I did notice that they were marked on the back, but I didn't make out the mark until later when I was in better lighting. And I'm going to try to zoom in and show you guys the marking on these. So these are marked Norma Jean. And I've ran across these pieces before. They're really great pieces. Most of the pieces are very modernist. And if you don't know much about this company started back in the 1980s. They're out of Rhode Island. I'm pretty sure they're still in business. I believe this is an older pair of earrings, so probably from the mid-80s to the early 90s. But really good quality jewelry, beautiful designs. So these were also a really great find. This item was my regret buy. In the poor lighting, I could not see all of the wear and damage on this ring. You can see that there's a lot of wear on the band of the ring. The pearls on the front of it are in really bad shape. You can see how worn they are. Now, I could probably replace the pearls in it, but the wear, that's a different story. This ring is marked on the inside, and I'll probably just put a thumbnail up because it's really hard to see the mark. But I don't think that this is any high-end brand. Regardless, I bought it. It is what it is, and I'm okay with that. But if you guys do recognize the maker from the thumbnail, let me know in the comments. I would be interested to know. So, not a bad haul of items from this estate sale. I found some really great items to go into my crafting and some really beautiful necklaces, especially the Christian Dior. If you guys enjoyed this content, please remember to give me a thumbs up and let me know which item was your favorite in the comments. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to share these items with me. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified anytime I upload new content. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.